I'm Ravi, Lulla. Elijah Herbel here with me. We're live on AM 590 ESPN Omaha, ESPN Tri-Cities. We are live on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And we are talking to you about, we're trying to decipher these messages from Dylan Raiola on Twitter. We're trying to figure out Nebraska's going to win a national championship in volleyball on Sunday. Man, we have a lot going on here. We're trying to figure out why nobody wants to recruit Kyle McCord.
There's always a lot going on in Nebraska media, right?
I think so, yeah.
Even whenever there's slow days, there's always storylines. That's what I love about this job. Is like you even get to like mid-July, you go, what are we going to talk about today? And something always comes up. The days where you're like, man, there's just nothing to talk about. You know that something's going to pop up on Twitter, and you'll go, okay, never mind. Guess we got something to talk about.
You mean like Monday?
That's what I love about this place. And even if there's nothing to talk about, some fan out there somewhere is going to concoct some storyline. And I'm going to go, you know what? They got a point. Or I'm going to say they're crazy. Either way, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
I love this place.
It's terrific. You love the passion. You love, and I can't, separate myself from that. Born and raised here. I am, maybe a little bit more rational than some, but I'm definitely unhinged at my own moments as well. If you ever follow me on Twitter during a Nebraska football game, that's quite the roller coaster ride. A roller coaster ride that we've experienced with Dylan Raiola as well. I was thinking last night, and I watch. I'm a big movie nerd. Like I watch a lot of movies. I enjoy going to movies. It's a big thing for me. And so a lot of times I'll kind of compare things that are happening in real life to movies or vice versa or whatever. And so I'm sitting there last night as I'm kind of putting the show together, and I let my mind wander a little bit after Nebraska clinches a spot in the national title match, for volleyball. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, what type of movie are we watching here with the Dylan Raiola saga as it plays out, right? Because there's a lot of different places my brain went. And first and foremost, I was like, okay, Monday felt like The Sixth Sense, right? This crazy twist ending that nobody saw coming. And I don't know if you remember, have you seen The Sixth Sense?
I have. Yeah.
Okay. The first time you watched it, you're young enough that you may have known what happened before you watched it. So that's not okay. That's good. The first time you watch it, you're kind of sitting there and you're just like, wait, where did that come from? What just happened?
Way to go. No spoilers, by the way.
Thank you. I'm trying. It's been like almost 25 years. So like,
I think you can spoil it. I think you'll be okay.
I feel like, I know Lonely Island spoiled it in one of their songs. So probably okay to spoil it at this point.
That's a throwback to Lonely Island.
Listen, those songs are bangers, man. Like they're funny. They get in my head. Like they are uncanny, like how catchy they are.
Like being on a boat?
Yeah, like on a boat, man. Yeah, I think the one that I'm referring to is less radio/family appropriate than the on a boat one.
Cut a hole in the box?
Nope, not that one. That one.
I reference that one every single Christmas. Oh, you don't know what to get for your mom? Step one.
No.
Cut a hole in the box.
Not for mom.
That's wrong.
But no, it's I'm the way that I felt Monday evening when the first text came in or the first tweet came in or whatever was kind of the same thing I felt when I saw the spoiler or the surprise and twist of Sixth Sense came in. It was confused, a little bewildered, kind of excited, just this mix of emotions. And that's one of the closest things that I could compare it to when the tweets and texts started rolling in Monday evening. I was first and foremost, like the first thing I got was just somebody texting me, Dylan Raiola, ! Question mark, ! Question mark, ! And I'm like, what? Like, what's happening here? Like, I have no idea what's going on here. And then I start digging and I'm like, oh no. That's kind of the montage scene where they look back at the rest of the movie with the new information from Sixth Sense in mind. And you're like, oh, Bruce Willis was a ghost the whole time. Yeah. Like, as I'm digging on Monday, I'm like, oh my gosh, this makes perfect sense. And that's, so I don't know if that's a weird place to go with this, that Dylan Raiola is like, we're watching The Sixth Sense here, but that's what Monday felt like.
See, I love Thomas. Thomas chimes in here and he says it's The Notebook. Honestly,
what do you want?
Surprisingly good answer there,
Dylan. What do you want?
It wasn't the first place. First place my mind went was Shutter Island.
Okay,
because it's similar with that twist at the end where the whole movie,
yes,
you think you know,
and then
you think you know what's going on, you think you know how it's going to end, and then right at the end, that twist comes, and you go, how did I not see this coming?
Yeah, so I saw that one coming a little bit more.
Did you?
A little.
I'm a movie idiot.
Yeah,
I sit there and I'm just eating my popcorn. I munch away on the popcorn.
It's
eating the
so
movie.
much better to be a movie idiot. Like it is. It's more fun because you're like you're not like processing it the whole time. You're just kind of like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen. This is great. And I can do that sometimes, but if it gets like, some of those movies, whether it's Shutter Island or like any of the Christopher Nolan movies, like I'm trying to figure it out the whole time, and it's not as good of an experience usually.
See, and then I run into those movies where it does not pay to be a movie idiot because I get to the end and I go, I don't know what the hell I just Lighthouse.
Yeah. Oh, to be fair, I don't think anybody knows what they watched when they watched.
Okay, good. I thought maybe I was just the idiot. Like I watched that movie and I went, I think maybe if I was smarter about watching movies, I'd understand this one.
Probably not. It's one of those movies, to my understanding. I haven't seen it because it seems like a real tough hang.
Yeah.
It is. It's one of those movies that feels like they made it to show how like artistic they are and like to show like, hey, isn't it cool that we can shoot these? Like it's a very movie maker's movie. And not so much a general public movie, which like it's fine.
It's a very fancy way of saying it sucks.
Well,
it's not a good movie.
I'm actually okay with like I think there's room for a lot of types of different movies, and some people just want to like experiment with certain things as like an artistic expression on film, and like that's great. I'm not going to watch that. Like that's a pass for me.
Like, just don't advertise it, please.
but that's that's for other people. That's great. It's like music. Like not everybody appreciates the greatness that is Creed. And we do, so it's not for everyone.
But it Creed's more for the general public.
It is,
Lighthouse.
Yeah. No, but like think of I don't know what's a weird bit like Neutral Milk Hotel. Like that's a real band. I think.
But with arms wide open.
With arms wide open. You have like real deep cut, like experimental music or just like independent music and stuff like that. It's not for everybody. I'm over here. I'm just like I like Creed and Coldplay, guys. I don't know what to tell you. So.
Basic as they come.
So did we get any explanation on the Notebook or what do we get here? Just the Notebook from all right.
I think he's just specifically referring to that scene in the rain.
Yeah, that's
at the
fair.
end.
Yeah, that's fair. I also thought of speaking of Christopher Nolan movies, I also thought
Batman.
I didn't although maybe he is a superhero, we don't know. I thought Inception, where because that's where we're at kind of right now. Monday, we were Sixth Sense. Right now, we're in Inception, where the very end of the movie, he spins the totem, and we think we know what happens. We think we know what's going to happen. We don't totally know what happens, right? You finish the end of that movie, and you're like, I think I know how this is going to go. I don't actually know how this is going to go. That's where we are today. We think we know where this is going to go with Dylan Raiola. He has not committed. He has not signed on the dotted line. We don't actually know where it's going to go yet.
So the top is still currently spinning.
Yes.
Okay.
We are currently in top spinning mode. We can't tell if it's teetering or not. We can't tell if it's going to fall over. We think it is. We're not totally sure. That's where we're at with Dylan Raiola today. We're in Inception mode today.
That's fair.
I think so.
That's fair. I think though with him tweeting out the purpose thing, that might be the first wobble.
Yeah, that's where that's what I mean. Like we think we see the wobble. We're trying to talk ourselves into like, yep, it's wobbling. It's going to fall. We're okay. And then it cuts to black.
And Thomas has now chimed in and explained his Notebook take. She goes off with the rich guy who she thinks will give her a good life, but she comes back to where her heart is.
Comes back for love. What a perfect analogy, Thomas.
How perfect
done.
Is it on a rainy day in Omaha? Thomas might have nailed it. Thomas, you might be taking my job.
Thomas, that's a terrific one. So what I'm hoping for, so I did Monday, I did today. I'm hoping by Sunday, we're at the Matrix, right? Where Neo is the one. We thought it was dead, came back to life at the end of the movie to vanquish the machines and Agent Smith and everything like that. I'm hoping by Sunday we're at Matrix mode. the full resurrection has happened, and we've got Dylan Raiola committed. There's a beautiful tweet and a graphic and a movie and whatever else, and a full-length feature film that to announce his commitment to Nebraska. I'm hoping on Sunday we're in Matrix mode.
Is it Full Metal Jacket? Where I just hope we don't get a Gomer Pyle moment.
Yeah, no, that would be terrible. We don't want that at all.
No.
We do not want that. That would be, I think, the worst case scenario. I think.
Yeah. Murder usually is.
Yeah, usually mass murder is the last thing you want here. So, disastrous ending. I don't think we want that.
That's more what I meant by that. But murder is.
Yeah, murder is often the worst.
This somehow ends in murder.
I don't know how that's
gonna make a hell of a Netflix movie or documentary someday.
Yeah, you thought the Manti Te'o one was crazy. The disastrous ending is hopefully not what we're going for here. But that's where we're at. Monday we were 6 cents. Today we're Inception. Will we be Matrix by next Monday? By Sunday? Monday? Tomorrow? Today?
Tonight?
We don't know. We'll just figure out what Dylan Raiola's purpose here is in Lincoln this weekend. Coming up next, our purpose is to talk to our guy Damon Benning about all things going on. Nebraska, Dylan Raiola, high school hoops, college hoops. We will cover it all with our guy DB here on Hurrdat Sports Radio.